In chapter 5 of 9 Lies About Work, we explain why the idea that people need feedback is in fact a lie. We explain that if you look at the evidence of how a brain grows and how all of us grow, the thing that we need is not feedback, is not somebody stepping over to our side of the net, if you like, and telling us how to do our job, but is rather attention from somebody else to what works most powerfully for us, to what works most clearly for us. And it's worth thinking about how you put that into practice inside a large organization. Large organizations have, in my experience, a tendency to keep falling back to how do we tell people what they're doing wrong. And if only we can tell people what they're doing wrong frequently enough and consistently enough, they'll figure out how to do it right. If you look at the evidence, that's not actually how the world works. If you tell somebody how to stop doing something wrong, then what you get is adequate performance. You never get excellence, because excellence isn't built upon bad. Excellence is built upon good. And so the raw material that you're after to build excellent performance is good performance, which you hardly ever get, weirdly enough, by telling people, by drawing people's attention to what they're doing wrong. So how do you, inside a large organization, how do you help leaders focus their attention not just on where performance is falling down, but shift their energy, shift the preponderance of their attention to where something's going really well? We've done a couple of things. We have built a strength-based coaching program and organization whereby we've certified more than 125 coaches in how to give strength-based attention to leaders in our organization and focus that attention on what works really well for somebody. How to canvas the peers of a leader to understand from them where that leader is at their most powerful, and how to coach somebody towards doing more of what's working for them, how to turn what's good into what's really great. We do this for team leaders across the organization as well. We have what we've called, I think probably poorly, a feedback lab, when of course it's really an attention lab, but people need to know where to find you. And feedback is what we all call this. But what it really is a lab focused on here's how you give positive attention. Here's how you catch somebody in their moments of excellence. And when you do, here's what you ask. You don't, of course, say good job as though that's the end of a conversation. You say, good job, what were you thinking? Have you ever done that before? Could you do that again? Could you use that skill that you've just demonstrated in a different place? Could you take that energy and apply it some other way? Could you turn it up to 11? So we teach senior leaders to do this through strength-based coaching. We teach team leaders to do this through our feedback lab. And our hope is that as more and more people come to understand that to get from good to great, you have to start with good, not with bad, that this again will help lift performance, engagement, and the experience of work across Cisco. These chairs are very, very small.